Greetings all, Van here for Aries' weekend message. Happy Memorial Day, Aries. I hope you're going to be taking some time for yourself. The first card that came out for you is the Chariot in reverse. As we're switching from the energy of spring to the energy of summer, there's a lot going on and shifting in our worlds. You might have found that a huge shift has happened in your personal world, and that has left you very discombobulated and feeling like you have no clear direction or grounding. Take some time to let the dust settle, my love, because I'm speaking from my own experience for my current situation. You cannot charge forth blindly because you think you still have to continue moving forward. That is why your chariots are at a rest. That is why they are deciding to sit down and wait out this storm to find out what's going to be left of their path when it does settle. Because when there are huge shifts of energies, there's the void that is felt when something is retracted, and then there's all the integration that you have to do when something new is added in. There will be a time of peace. There will be a time of balance again, Aries, but you have to get through the rest of this. I kind of feel like you are the fluid going between the cups right now. Like you're moving between one form of stability and security to the next. And it is that in-between that is so scary. It is that in-between that keeps us up at night with that fear and anxiety and that stress. And I know this very well, my love. I also know how exhausting that feels. Free yourself from that judgment. Free yourself from that stress that you have to be the one in control of everything all the time, because you're not. You simply cannot be in control of everything at all times. It is exhausting and will push you to a breaking point. I am happy that the 4 and the 9 of Swords are in reverse, because we are working through and overcoming that mental battle and that mental warfare. But there is a lot going on. The Temperance, the Judgment, the Chariot in reverse. There is a lot going on. So this feeling of stress and anxiety and exhaustion and just being overwhelmed, it is understandable. You do not have to identify yourself, and more importantly this time, with that emotion though, because during the period of change, during the journey that everyone is always saying, it's not about the destination, it's about the journey. You're in the journey right now, my love. And that also means there's a lot of emotions being felt, because there's the push and pull and everything is changing. And then it's just like, oh, well, we finally got to Disneyland, but you know, the plans that we made, we can't exactly go on that schedule because there are so many outside factors. But are you going to let that ruin your entire trip, or are you going to enjoy what you can with the people that you have? The mentality that you have right now during this shifting process, it's very important, because as I said with the Temperance, that is what's going to be filling that new cup that you're going to be drinking from. And you don't want to bring that stress, that anxiety, that fear in with it, because that is what you're feeling now. And absolutely, what you are feeling now is valid, is important, and it is very important for you to express that, especially if it is getting overwhelming for everything going on around you. Just speaking from my own experience, my brother just came home from the Air Force and he's living with us again, and that hasn't happened since high school, and it is honestly very shaking for me. I have been overwhelmed, and it's only been 48 hours. I have to express to my family that this is a stressful situation for me, and I will need to take time away from everyone to decompress. That is something that I have to express. However you express yourself, and most importantly, however you need to heal, decompress, recover, restabilize this from the situation, you have to be comfortable telling yourself and expressing that to the people around you, because they are involved too. And they cannot just assume what's going on inside your head, because they can't read your mind. You are going through a metamorphosis right now, my love. And in that chrysalis phase, when you are breaking down the caterpillar and reforming yourself to be the butterfly, is the most painful process. We always just look at it as like a 9-month period of someone, of the insect inside their little cocoon. We don't know what's going on inside that cocoon. Therefore, we have no right to judge what they're experiencing and how they are expressing themselves. We can do our best to be there for people and hope that people are there for us when we are at that point of stress. We have to express ourselves, speak our truth, speak our words, use our words as opposed to violence, because that is one thing that I don't want to be coming up here, and why I love that the swords are in reverse. I don't want this situation to get angry or aggressive because everyone is frustrated, and I don't feel like that is a big issue, or it's not a big energy. But I also, and this might just be my own personal experience with how people have dealt with stressful situations, anger can come up very quickly, and again, you do not want to be pouring that into this next situation. Spirit, what direction do you have for Aries during this time of metamorphosis? Thank you. The Wizard of Awareness. Being aware of your situation, being aware of how you're feeling in the situation is very important. If you're stepping into a situation and you're already feeling that stress and anxiety of this is going to be overwhelming, express that to yourself and to people and say like, hey, just a heads up, I might need to step out or take 5, or I might have to cut out early. No offense to anyone, but it's a little much for me. Be aware of what you're feeling. Being aware of what you need too, because that's another thing, because as your world is shifting and changing, and like your chariots are beginning to pick themselves back up to move forward again, are you moving forward on these same goals? Are you moving forward in the same direction, or have you altered your course? You're still getting to the same end goal, hopefully being your happiness, but has that shifted? Has that changed? Have you changed since this has come up? Because that is another thing that could be part of your that just came through in everything going on here. Have you changed? We have the sad embrace and education in reverse, being paired with the Dragon Slayer. And I very much feel like this, the expectations that people had for you, people had of you in childhood, has pushed and become a framework for who you think you are and how you portray yourself to be. And it very much feels like this Four of Pentacles situation of, I'm going to hang on to everything that I have because I don't know what I'm going to let go of. I don't know what's going to be coming in next. And that's what this education in reverse is like. I don't know. I can't. Very much that lack mentality that we embrace, sad embrace, when we feel controlled or confined, or that we are not enough. And that's very much what I feel with this Dragon Slayer card. Someone has made you feel like you were not enough. Someone has made you feel like you were not able to... Well, moving on to the other set of cards, like they were so much blocking the movement that they were seeing in you, the forward progression that you had. With coming into life and Field of Dreams in reverse, it's like you have the potential, but do you have the belief in yourself? That belief is how magic works. That's how manifestation works. The things that you say, think, and feel about yourself becomes what it is that pours into that cup. It literally becomes everything that goes into everything that we are. And that's where a lot of this judgment comes from, is us holding other people's opinions of us higher than our own, us holding other people's thoughts and priorities higher than our own. And that creates a lot of this imbalance in relationships, in homes, and in life, that you're feeling like you cannot express yourself, that you cannot be who you need to be because other people are demanding of you. And so this big change is here to bring about the end of that situation, the end of you holding on to the seeds of your dreams and never planting them, never letting them become what they can be, because someone has always told you, you have to be something for me, you have to be under me. You are no longer blocking that sense of knowledge and that sense of awareness and opening yourself up to more of what you can actually be, Aries. And I'm very proud of you for deciding that you deserve more. Have a beautiful day, my love.